Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the Tuesday Tea and Tarot Challenge set by V Love and Crystals, and I did promise you that I would come out and take a snapshot of that field from last week, and as you can see all the rapeseed has come up lovely. So I'll just let you take the viewing of that and we'll listen to the birds again because it's a stunning day here today in the UK. So my lovelies, I'm going to cut the film here and I'm going to head back up to my workstation and we'll be going through one of the prompts that V set for us, and that was about any subscriptions to spiritual magazines. So I'll be back with you in a moment, guys. See you soon. Hi guys, so we're back indoors and it's just easier for me to talk you through this magazine that I want to go through today, which is one of the prompts that V asked us to do. I have got my cup here today. I did pick the Libra cup today, even though I am a Scorpio, but I just like the Libra. A little bit of balance maybe in for today, so that's why I picked the Libra cup, and I've just got some lemon tea in there, my lovelies. So I just wanted to explain that I subscribe to this monthly magazine here in the UK. I'm not really sure whether you can actually get this abroad, but I've subscribed to Spirit and Destiny now for absolutely years, and I mean since I think I started, which is, oh gosh, it's got to be about 11 years, even maybe more. But I just like the magazine. So this is the April edition here, and I have got the May one because I always tend to publicise them a month in advance. And you do get sort of freebies as well that they sort of publish. I've had cards, decks of cards through Spirit and Destiny, little booklets and all sorts of things. So it's a really, really good magazine. And what I like about it, every month they actually do, and I will walk you through this, and you can actually participate in it, guys. It costs about $3.99 in sterling, like I say, but when you get the bumper editions, when they do give you free cards, they can go up to about £7 then. But obviously they're still worth it when you think the cards are worth, you know, could be about £15 a packet. So I'll just walk you through some of the examples of what's in here. Just hope it picks up on camera really, but they just give you sort of a menu of what bulletin points of what's going to be covered in the magazine for this month. Now this is the April edition I'm showing you here, and there's always like advertisements for buying. I mean, that's beautiful, that jewellery there. Actually, I wish I pulled that up then because I don't think you could see what I was showing you then. I have got something similar. There's a, if you're in America, well, I think they're sold all over the world anyway. It's Kirk's Folly jewellery, and they used to sell it on QVC, but then I think Kirk's Folly, they stopped trading as such. But yeah, I absolutely loved the moon jewellery that she used to do, and I've got something similar. So maybe next Tuesday I'll try and dig those pieces out and I might be able to show you those, because I just love the fairy elements, and their jewellery was quite nice. And I'm not really a big jewellery person, guys, but there's some key things, different things that I do like. I was just looking at this, the wings scarf wrap, and I bought something similar. Yeah, it was from this a couple of years ago. I don't know whether you can see here. It's like a scarf that gives angel wings, and I bought it from the Etsy shop, etsy.com UK shop, Shova, Shova, and I had that come through from Australia. It only took about 7 days to get through from the UK, but I absolutely love that scarf. It's so unusual. So you get sort of advertisements in where you can buy niche little products really that you know, you wouldn't sort of get anywhere else. But what I like about this magazine, okay, obviously you get people writing in and stories and what have you, but the key reason why I tend to buy this magazine and we'll get to it in a second, hopefully. Just flicking through, I hope you can see on the camera. Okay, but they give you one of these scenarios where you study. Here we are, look, discover your calling for April. Okay, they give you a set of like tarot cards to look at and focus in on. So I am going to try and steady this so you can have a look at the actual images, okay, for this month, for April, and see which one you're actually drawn to, okay. And then I'll turn the pages over, and then I'll hold them there steady for you so that you can, you know, read the meanings of the one that you were drawn to. I'm just going to fold this a minute so you can actually see the first ones. So on this one we've got the butterfly. We've got two sets of butterflies. We've got one in the woods and one on its own. And then we've got this one here of the tiger. If I can bring it closer up. Sort of coming in a clearing. Okay. And then we've got these set of pictures on here, which is the giraffe. Looks like a deer. I think that's a jaguar or a panther. Could be wrong. I can always get mixed up with the jaguars. They're the same colour, aren't they? Black. Panther though, I think. I'm going to go for panther. Dolphin. Carousel. Flowers. More flowers. Exotic bird. And that's another exotic bird. So I'm just going to hold this open again so that you can just study it for a second. So if I just put it there maybe. Okay. So whichever one you're drawn to. And I haven't actually done the one for April, so I'm just going to study it myself and let me have a look which one I sort of get pulled to. And sometimes you might get pulled to more than one, and that's okay because you can read both meanings, you know, so there's no right or wrong about this, to be fair. But I always go instantly with my first, where I'm first drawn, and I am drawn to this one. So I'm going to have a look at the meaning of that when we turn over. So guys, let's have a look what we've got for that then. So I'm just going to hold up mine to start with. Okay, so if you've gone the same as me, okay, with the butterflies in the wood, it's got community. Towering ancient trees in a forest may look different, but beneath the surface of the earth their roots are an intertwined communication system. Instantaneous messages and nutrients travel along this underground system. This card is saying support is all around you, even if you're not consciously aware of it. Allow yourself to be supported and give encouragement to others. The more you allow yourself to be supported, the more your dreams can come true. Your family are not just blood relations. Sometimes the strongest family ties are friends who know who you are. Sometimes they are your ancestors and soul family who reside in spirit. And then it's got a sacred message at the bottom saying people are on your side, believing in you, loving you and standing strong beside you. Ask for their assistance, they are only a thought away. That's a nice positive card that I've picked there. Okay, I'm just going to hold these up for you now. Okay, so just in case obviously you've gone for it's happiness for the dolphins, change for the carousel, and love aspects on the flower card option. Okay, I might just read these quickly because you might have trouble focusing in really. So if you've gone for the dolphins, it's saying happiness. Our sun is at the centre of our solar system. Our planet and lives revolve around its cycles. Our inner and outer biological rhythms, as well as the rhythms of every animate and inert part of life, are ruled by the celestial force. In the distant past, the sun was thought of as a god. Traditionally, it was associated with happiness, joy, hope, enlightenment, warmth, cheer and goodwill. This card is telling you the sun is an expansive force. When something is heated up by the light of the sun, it enlarges. Without the energy of the sun, things contract. It carries the deepest energies of expansion. To receive this card at this time means you are expanding and opportunities are emerging. Sacred message: embrace life with open arms. Goodness is flowing to you. tread slowly, as too much too fast can be overwhelming. So that's if you've picked the Dolphins then, happiness, which is quite a nice positive card. So if you've gone for the Carousel, okay, the horse, that looks like off a carousel. I used to love those as a child. Absolutely loved the Carousel on the fair. Mind you, I wasn't a big fairground attraction person, but I just absolutely loved the horses if I did manage to go to one when I was a child. So on this one, we've got change. Throughout the ages, people have looked to the heavens for signs from their creator to guide them. In the clouds, they've read shapes and forms as direct messages from a higher power. Clouds are shapeshifters, their essence remains the same, and yet they can change from mist to rain, ice to snow, or water. Their transient nature is telling you that life is transitionary and ever changing. It's okay to change your mind, to change direction. You don't need to be consistent. Put the needs and expectations of others aside and listen to the beat of your own drum. You're free to express yourself and let your spirit fly. Just because something has always been that way doesn't mean it has to continue like that. Sacred message: be daring, wild and unpredictable right now. Empower yourself of a new trajectory. So that is, self-explanatory really with the meaning of that. So there's change going on around you if you have gone for that one. What I'll do is I will timestamp these so that you can obviously just go straight to the ones that you've picked, guys. So this one here, if you've gone for this one, it's roses are a universal symbol of love associated with the goddess of love and beauty, Aphrodite. In Roman times, they were a symbol of truth and hung in meeting places with the understanding that only truth could be spoken under them. Some Native American tribes believed that wild roses acted as protection and kept them in their homes. Unlike the domesticated rose, a wild one represented a love with bounds. Its message to you is that love is all around you. You are already cherished more than you can possibly know. You're a sacred vessel for love to flow through when you stand in the centre of it all. Know that all is well no matter what is happening around you. And it's got sacred message. It's time to heal in matters of the heart. Take time to cherish yourself and your confidence and self-esteem will grow. Okay, so we'll turn the page over. And if you've gone for Mr. Tiger, okay, it's got flexibility here. It's got bamboo bends and sways in high winds, where many a larger, stronger tree will break. Its flexibility allows it to survive while other species have suffered. Even during a hard winter, when its branches are laden with snow, it doesn't break but simply snaps back when the snow melts in the spring. It also has a strong root system so that even during the wildest of storms, it will survive. This card is cautioning you to be more flexible in your life, be willing to bend and yield. There are times to stand strong, but there are also times to go around a situation rather than face it head on. It is suggesting you can be amenable to change. The sacred message is bend your will and step around a challenge you face, and your efforts will be rewarded with an acceleration in your spiritual growth. So that's if you've gone for that one. I'll go up here and we'll do the abundance. It says wildflowers are not intentionally planted, they are untamed and natural. Their fragrance calls bees to pollinate them so that seeds are created to continue the cycle of life. These flowers are abundant without effort or struggle. Just like these flowers, abundance is your birthright. This card is telling you that a windfall is coming. Everything is waiting to blossom in your life, so open yourself up to receive because abundance, prosperity and fulfillment are ready to be activated. Life desires you to prosper. However, you must take action in the direction of your dreams. Don't wait for abundance to fall into your lap. Take steps. And the sacred message is make investments now. The more you give with an open heart, the more you will receive. And I'm a big believer in that anyway. You know, if you give, you always get back twice fold. And then we've got adventures if you've gone for the exotic parrot, okay. It says this picture of a beautiful waterfall with its cascading water represents your flow of emotions and is a reminder to you of the natural cycle of letting go and releasing. Water symbolises spiritual rejuvenation, regeneration and renewal. As it falls from a great height, its power is showing you that life does not have to be stagnant. It is about new experiences and adventures. Something exciting is waiting for you around the corner. So look at your world in new and different ways. Perhaps you need to rethink something you thought of as mundane or someone whom you may have overlooked. This card is a pertinent reminder to you not to be lulled into complacency. And the sacred message is remove your blinkers and take action at this time so your life doesn't become stagnant. Okay, so we'll go on to this one here. And we've got blessings, okay, if you've gone for the canary. In many ancient cultures, it was believed some springs were holy, gods and goddesses were thought to reside in or near these special places. Many Christians hallowed water sources such as the Chalice Well in Glastonbury were used for sacred purposes long before Christianity rose to prominence. These kind of springs were thought to be healing waters, where blessings were bestowed by mystical beings. Immense blessings are going to come into your life from those in spirit. Know that angels, guides and spirits, guardians are watching over you. Be open to the voice of the divine because messages are all around you. Like the spring healing energy, it's flowing to you. And the sacred message, you are being guided, so watch for signs that spiritual beings are present. Know you are protected and safe on the road ahead. And it's interesting, I've used a canary there for safety because back years ago when in the mining industry, they would send canaries, birds, okay, to see if there was any poisonous gases, because if the bird came back out, then they knew it was safe for the people to go in and mine. But I know that in some countries they used to use canaries. So yeah, so those are all your little readings. I think I've covered them all. I don't think there's any more. So yeah, that was all the 12, wasn't it? Got one there for, yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, we've missed these, haven't we? So I'll go back. I started on mine, didn't I? So that's right. So I was going to say, I thought I'd read the 12 cards quickly then. So we'll go for this one now. So if you've gone for the butterfly, it's transformation. It's no accident that you've picked up this image of a blue butterfly. It represents rebirth and resurrection. Remarkably, when the caterpillar becomes a chrysalis, it doesn't just instantly become a butterfly. It actually dissolves into a kind of soup. In other words, it liquefies itself, and out of that emerges something different. In Native American tribes, it's believed that a wish whispered to a butterfly will be granted when it flies to the heavens. The colour blue symbolises a calmness and peace about you right now and a spiritual attunement to prepare you for your transformation. This is your time for change, reinvention or a rebirth into a new and better way of being. The sacred message is don't resist change. It may be uncomfortable, but yours is for your highest good. This is because a wish you hold dear is about to come true. So that's if you've gone for that one. So we've got thriving with the giraffe, and it's got, if the African savannah lives the tree of life, the baobab tree, I've never heard of that tree, but baobab, B-A-O-B-A-B tree, that's a new one on me, but some of you might know what that is, which I wonder if it's this one in the picture here. But it says a prehistoric species that predates human beings by more than 200 million years. It has thrived in a harsh environment where many other species have become extinct. A succulent that can live up to 5,000 years. In the rainy season, it absorbs and stores water in its enormous trunk that helps it produce a nutrient-dense fruit in the dry season. It provides shelter, food and water for both animals and humans. This card is saying you're a survivor in situations that others find challenging and you can adapt to your circumstances. Sacred message, step into the primal wild part of yourself to increase your vitality and boost your well-being. Giving to others will help you nourish yourself. I actually got drawn to this one on the third, you know, when I said if you get drawn to two, so I'm going to have a read on this one. So if you've gone for the deer and the steps, it's got, this card is a luscious meadow where flora and fauna flourish. They are havens as the trees surrounding the meadow offer protection and shade for grassy area, and are associated with openness, gentle calm and relaxation. They are places where weary travellers can pause and rest to renew their spirits. This card is telling you to savour your life, take pleasure in slowing down and experience each of your senses. Taste your food with full gusto, inhale the scents of the world around you, enjoy the colours and textures of your life. This is a stop and smell the roses card. Embrace your sensuality and let pleasure be your password into every part of your life. Sacred messages make your life less about being productive and enjoy each moment with verve, and radiant energy will flow through you in all directions of your life. So that's quite a nice one. And then we have the Panther, okay, or the Jaguar. Take your pick, guys. There's a card, actually. There's an image on a deck of cards. I'm trying to think what a tarot card that's got sort of this image on. I can't think what the tarot deck is, but you guys might be able to add it in the comments underneath. But it says, success. A tropical jungle is one of the richest and most successful habitats on our planet, dense with a life force that is rapidly growing and changing. The lushness of the vegetation is essential to the ecological health of the earth. This card is a reminder that the success of the planet depends on the rainforest. It is the lungs of the planet. Planets absorb carbon dioxide, produce oxygen, and help reduce the impact of worldwide change. This sacred landscape wants you to know success is waiting to expand in your life. 2. Being in a state of gratitude for all the small successes in your life will give birth to larger ones. Your satisfaction will come in many forms and from many areas of life. Success is waiting for you. Be ready to accept and embrace this success, for it may occur rapidly. Know that anything is possible. So there you go. So that's one of the reasons why I do like this magazine, because I just love these scenarios where you can actually in tune with the cards and obviously get some little messages for the month ahead. So yeah, so I don't know whether if anybody from the UK does stumble on this message today, if you are a subscriber to this, or if anybody knows, you know, if you guys get it in America or anywhere else in the world for that matter. But it is a nice magazine, and if you're like me, I tend to pass them on, so you know, so other people can get the benefit of it, really, so that they just get passed on from friend to friend. But they have some really good stories, and like I say, different little quizzes and things in there, health and well-being. So for a magazine, there's quite a lot of information. Obviously you can subscribe, and I actually subscribe to this, as I said, but you've got like real true stories, people's experiences, and obviously they tell you what's coming up in the next editions. Recipes. Oh, look at that. If we could have that, girls and boys who are watching today on the Tarot Tea and Tuesday challenge. So what is it? Apple and rosemary cake. It looks very healthy, doesn't it? So yeah. What else have we got on here? Questions and answers. Crystals. I will do a crystals one, because I did do some training in crystal healing. So that'll be another one of my topics that I will cover later on. And then obviously you get your horoscopes coming as well. So your monthly horoscopes are in there. And as I say, for a magazine that, you know, is just under the £4 mark here, I just think it's worth the money, to be fair. So yeah, I'll just finish off here then with this, guys. This was the prompt. Oh, and I did want to mention a little story to you while I'm flicking through this. V said she drinks kombucha. Okay, now I actually made some kombucha myself about 18 months ago. I got a SCOBY. They're like a yeast form. Well, I don't know what they look like. They're obviously weird thing. Ve'll know what I'm on about if she makes it herself. And then you brew your tea and you leave it, and then it starts to ferment. Okay, and you're supposed to burp your bottles because the fizz does build up after a certain amount of time. Okay, and I remember it was really hot summer. It wasn't last year, it was the year before, so I'm looking at 2018. And I'd been doing it for a while, but this one weekend it got really hot into the sort of the 80s in the UK, and I had burped the bottle, but it was one of these bottles where you can put the clips down either side to you know, and I forgot to leave just a little bit of a gap for the air release, to be fair. And I was in the front room, it was about 7 o'clock at night, and I was with my family, and all of a sudden I just heard like it was a bomb explode. It just went bang, and but it was glass, so you can imagine, and my cat was in the kitchen at the time thinking, oh my god, but there was shards, it just exploded. Yeah, so V, that one's for you. I thought I'd share that because I know you like your kombucha, but I was banned. But if you do it, then obviously you can buy the proper bottles to do it in. And when I did it the next time, I did use what I used to get my bottled waters in, plastic. And I thought, well, at least. Then if I'm not doing haphazard at doing that, the other day when I was putting stuff in my fridge, I accidentally knocked the thermostat round and it went from sort of like 4 right round to 7, so my larger fridge ended up turning into a fridge freezer, and we've got a brand new bottle of like fizzy pop in there, and my son went to get it and he just went, "Mum, the size of this bottle," and it had all frozen up, and it was honestly literally waiting, and I just put it outside, and as soon as it went into a different air environment, it went bang, and it and exploded again. So yeah, I'm not to be trusted with making anything or around fridges, guys. So that's my little bit of a story then for you, my lovelies, for this Tuesday. I hope you're all keeping safe and well with the current events that are going on, and we're all sort of, you know, chomping on the bit, waiting for things to get back to normal, because it's lovely here today in the UK, but obviously we're all on lockdown, and you know, can only go out for certain things, etc., as you are all aware of. But I hope you are safe and your families are well, and my love goes out to you all, and I will look forward to next week's Tarot Tea and Tuesday challenge. Until then, take care, my lovelies. Bye then.